Have you ever felt like every conversation is a battle you must win? Like every comment, every message, every silence must be answered, explained, defended? Have you ever caught yourself replying too fast, typing before thinking, speaking before feeling, just so you wouldn't lose control of how you're perceived? Maybe you're tired of always needing to be right. Maybe you're exhausted from trying to prove that you're strong, clever, unshaken, when in truth, you're overwhelmed because reacting has become your survival mechanism. But let me offer you a truth no one ever told you. The one who always responds first is usually the most afraid. The loudest person in a room is often the most uncertain inside. You've been taught that silence is weakness, that if you don't react, you lose. But the exact opposite is true. Silence is not surrender. It's mastery. It's not emptiness. It's precision. And if you don't understand the power of silence, you will keep falling into the same trap, letting other people's words dictate your reality, letting your emotions pull the strings before you've even had a chance to reflect. This video is for you. Tired of feeling like you're always one sentence away from regret? You who have replayed conversations over and over in your mind, wishing you had just paused for one more second and said nothing at all. Let's begin. You believe the only way to hold your ground is to speak up quickly, to defend yourself before someone gets the wrong idea, to correct the lie before it spreads, to explain yourself so no one misunderstands you. But here's the truth. Every time you react without reflection, you abandon your power, because silence isn't passive. It's a decision, a posture, a boundary. It's a message that says, I am not here to entertain your chaos. And this ability to choose silence over reactivity is not about playing mind games. It's about mastering the one thing that most people never learn to control: your inner state. Carl Jung once said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens." Most people are caught in a loop, reacting to every trigger, responding to every jab, justifying their worth to anyone who questions it. But that isn't presence. That's survival. That's fear in disguise. You're not actually answering others. You're answering your own insecurities. Your fear of being rejected. Your fear of being misunderstood. Your fear of being silent and forgotten. But here's the brutal truth. If you can't sit with silence, you can't sit with yourself. Silence is uncomfortable for those who haven't made peace with their own minds. That's why most people rush to fill the gap with words, justifications, noise. But silence reveals what words hide. It brings discomfort to the surface. It confronts the ego that always needs to be heard, validated, agreed with. And this is why silence always wins. Because it exposes what's real. When someone insults you and you don't respond, you force them to face the emptiness of their own projection. When someone demands a reaction and you give none, they're left alone with their own emotions, confused, powerless, and most importantly, you remain intact. Jung wrote, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." When you respond impulsively, you're not speaking from awareness. You're speaking from your wounds. And silence, true, grounded silence, is what gives you the space to see, where is this really coming from? Why does this upset me? Is this even mine to carry? You begin to see that the problem isn't what others say. It's how quickly you believe it, personalize it, fight it. The moment you pause, you separate yourself from the storm. You become the observer, not the participant. Most people think silence is avoidance, that not answering means you're weak, afraid, unsure. But here's the truth. Silence is the language of those who have nothing to prove. It's not about being right. It's about being rooted. It's about conserving your energy for what truly matters and not wasting it on every emotional invitation that comes your way. Jung understood that silence is not a void. It is a container where truth emerges. When you stop reacting, you begin to feel. When you begin to feel, you begin to heal. When you begin to heal, you no longer respond out of survival. You respond out of clarity. You don't flinch when misunderstood. You don't rush to explain yourself. You don't need to be seen as right, because you're no longer ruled by the need to be understood. You are ruled by the need to understand yourself. Let me ask you, what if silence isn't the absence of defense, but the presence of awareness? What if your strength isn't measured by how quickly you clap back, but by how deeply you can sit in discomfort without reacting? That's what most people can't do. They need closure. They need retaliation. They need the last word. But you're choosing something far more powerful. You're choosing stillness. You're choosing mastery. You're choosing not to be a puppet to every emotional wave. And yes, it will feel unnatural at first. You will want to answer. You will want to be heard. But over time, silence will become your sanctuary. It will teach you how to respond with intention, not with impulse. How to feel everything, but be ruled by nothing. And in that stillness, you will discover the one thing no reaction could ever give you: freedom. If you've made it this far, something inside you is already shifting. You're beginning to understand that silence is not a weakness. It is a shield made of awareness, a sword forged in reflection. From this point forward, choose your moments, protect your energy, speak with clarity or not at all, because every time you resist the urge to react, you reclaim a piece of yourself. If this message has awakened something in you, write in the comments, "I choose silence." Let's begin a new kind of movement, one that doesn't need noise to be heard or chaos to feel alive, because true power is quiet. See you in the next video. The journey is just beginning.